moving to the third combination. See, in my third combination program, I have taken one string as null. So basically this program represents the nested try-catch blocks. In my first try block, I have written one statement and I have made use of try-catch block inside my first try. So if I understand this program, there is one string, there is one line in main try block, then there is one another line which we are operating on the null object. Since it is going to give the null pointer exception, we have cached it in the catch block. After that, there is one more line. After that, this catch belongs to this try block, and then finally block. So if I understand this program, and if before running it, if I want to analyze what should be the output, so as per me, this line should get printed because it has no risky code in it. Then it comes to this line. This line is going to give the null pointer exception. It matches with this catch block. It is going to stack trace this. It is going to print that error message to us. After that, since this is handled, so this is normal program running right now. This is also fine. No issues with this line. Now in the main first try block, we do not have any exception. The exception is already handled in the nested try. So this catch block is not going to execute. Then comes the final block. Final block will always execute whether there is error or not. So finally block is going to execute. So let's try this out. If I go to console, my try block gets printed. It shows me the null pointer exception. It has given me the error message, then try block completed, and then finally. This is what we have predicted, right? So I hope this is clear to you. I have one more example on the same lines of code where it should show the null pointer exception, but in catch block I have written arithmetic exception. Now since null pointer exception and arithmetic exception both are different, so this line is not going to handle by this catch block. Since this line is not going to handle by this catch block, the outside catch must have to handle this exception. So if I go by line by line, I have one string which is null. This is perfectly fine line. This is going to give me null pointer exception, but here the catch is all about the arithmetic exception. So this line is not handled in the inner try block. So now the control will come outside the try block and find out if the outside catch has the exception related to the null pointer exception. It sees that catch has written exception, which is the parent of runtime exception and compile time exception. So null pointer exception is definitely going to handle by this thing. So this catch will handle this flow and then finally will get executed, and this will be the normal termination. Just the difference is that from the previous example is this line won't get executed. So let's try it out. This is going to give me null pointer exception, and this is not handled by the inner catch block. So the control goes to the outside catch block. This line won't get executed. Why? Because this line has given the exception and this is not handled here. That is why all the lines below to this line won't get executed. So now in this catch block, exception has handled that, and then finally block will get executed. So I hope all these combinations are making sense to you. So that's all for today's lecture. Thanks for watching.